Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the shop on this beautiful spring afternoon. Feels so good to be able to do an intro out in this area in front of the open garage door, because we can have the garage door open because it's not 0 degrees outside. Jared and I have been spending some time working on the truck, just doing some things off camera, some boring stuff. I have been under here checking for noises, something on this side. It's just the rotor is like hitting the dust shield or something. The drive shaft was coming in contact with the gas station, or with the gas tank. The drive shaft was also hitting this main hoop, so I cut that out more, painted it up. I did a bolt check again. I added some bump stops up front just in case anything breaks. Jared has been delving deeper into our issue with this intake manifold. Here's the intake manifold off the old engine. There are 16 runners, as you can tell. This is really rad. This valve at the back opens and closes these butterflies, which changes the direction of the air. So that's what's broken on this engine. There's 3 parts to that system. There's this, which is the actual valve, and then there is this vacuum chamber, which sits underneath the manifold, and then there's this little electrical component on the vacuum chamber. There's 3 components that could possibly be broken. We're assuming it's the electrical component on our engine, because a vacuum canister doesn't really break, and this valve doesn't really break either. So we're gonna order a new one of those electrical component thingies and make a bunch more torque. So that little butterfly valve is like a free 40 foot-pounds of torque, which is just crazy. We're about to test this old one to see if it works. Oh, I think so. Sounds like it's doing something.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, but I mean, that one has a vacuum, tip broken off, so we can't use it anyway.
Oh,
yeah.
I forgot.
But it was still fun to see that it works. As soon as we get that fixed, we'll retune it, and then we can also tune VVTI. We didn't bother tuning VVTI when we knew we were gonna have to retune it, because that would just be a complete waste of time. So that's what we have been doing. What are we going to do in today's video? Well, I want to address the front coilovers, because as you guys have noted, it kind of rides like a weird lowrider. Like the back is really low and the front's a little bit high. I want to replace the rear shocks, but of course the package with the rear shocks, I've been having to deal with UPS and it's annoying. We're just gonna, do some suspension stuff and then we're gonna rip it. It's kind of sketchy ripping it without shocks in the rear, essentially. It's kind of bouncy and yeah, it's weird. Coilovers are adjusted. Now we're gonna go ahead and mess with these caster arms, hopefully increase positive caster so it self-steers a little better. One really cool thing that we just did was kind of change the way the shifter was. So originally it was angled this way, which is how it's supposed to be with, the Nissan 240SX. The problem with that is that when it was angled this way, it would hit the bench seat unless the bench seat was all the way pushed back. So in order to drive it, you had to have the bench seat all the way pushed back, and then the pedals, like, I could reach the pedals, but it was just kind of like awkwardly far. We rotated the shifter 180 degrees so it's pushed forward. Now I can scoot this bench seat forward a little bit. Yeah, that's much better, and the shifter is in a much better place. Oof, I love seeing these meaty boys and this big ass radiator. It almost looks cool without a grill. Like, it kind of looks like, yeah, I don't know, some like drift missile. What do you think, Jared? You think you can fit an intercooler right there? I think with some modification you can.
Yeah, I'd say.
It'll be a baby one.
Yep, cut these little tabs off and fit it across the front.
That's what I like to hear.
If you can fit a V8 in here, I think we can fit an intercooler in front.
Yeah, that's true. We can, yeah, if this thing can fit, we can pretty much fit anything. Woohoo! Got our LED headlights. So yeah, we got these LED headlights. We got these new Bilstein shocks. Whew. I want to give a huge shout out to Grant. He sent me all this stuff, plus more, aftermarket upper control arms, a sway bar kit, new end links, new bushings for some stuff. He sent me literally every part he had on his B2200. He was parting out his truck, so he just gave it all to me. So huge thank you to Grant. Grant, thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and throw all this stuff on. I'm really excited for these Bilsteins, but we're gonna quickly throw these LED lights on first because the truck's on the ground, so. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Those look awesome. Oh yeah, the brights, no brights. I'm gonna work on getting clear side markers, and then once we paint the grill, it'll look better, but I can see at night, which is nice.
Caleb did it.
See the shock, right? You push it down, and like, it doesn't come back out. And if you just actually compare the two, so this one is at least, what, twice the thickness probably. These aren't actually for a Mazda. They're for like, I think, a hard body, but they all have the same shock. Funny, you can hear the suspension like push itself down. That looks pretty meaty. All right, go ahead, lower her down.
Caleb loves his lotion.
Admiring it.
She picks up.
Yeah.
When she grips. Feels real good.
You know what the easiest way to get water out of the bed is?
Never wash it.
Dual pull. I kind of figured that would happen.
It was that wheel. I didn't get anything. All right, we tried.
Failed burnout attempt. Actually, that's not true. 2 successful burnout attempts failed at filming because no, it wasn't your fault. It's the open diff's fault. Both times Jared moved each side. The other wheel was the one who was spinning, but it does pretty good burnouts. Having like a V8 with torque and tires that actually smoke up, it's good. Right, so I decided I'd end this video off with a little point of view drive. On the gauge cluster, the fuel gauge works and the RPM gauge works. Nothing else works. O2 sensor, 5-speed. That is called a clutch. That is called a brake pedal. And the one on the far right, I don't know if you guys know this, but that is a gas pedal. We got these nice quality seats, really great for racing in. High-speed window motors, that's pretty cool. But in all seriousness, it is really awesome to drive. The only thing I don't like is the bench seat, which is getting fixed soon. I bought a racing seat. It is wet outside, so traction is kind of a joke. I mean, seriously, like, second gear, nothing. Third gear, maybe. Oh, that actually got traction. Windshield wipers work though, that's pretty cool. That's so sad. I think working windshield wipers is cool. That is like the lowest standard possible. Problem with not having a speedo is I have absolutely no idea how fast I'm going. We definitely need to weld this diff ASAP. I do want to get like a legit LSD in the future, but I think for now I'm just gonna weld it because that's easy. I want to feel this thing with traction. Power to 2 wheels, not 1. Roll into it and, oh, that got a little sideways. It's a little bouncy as you can probably tell, but yeah, solid axle, I guess. This thing at limiter is so beautiful. I love just like kind of going through the RPM range, not even at full throttle. Just sounds so good. This thing is going to be scary once we fix that intake manifold. Low-end torque is going to be crazy. I'm excited. I'm excited to try drifting it. I'm excited to start modifying it again. Peace out, guys. Subscribe, like, dislike. You do you, but goodbye. Mini trucks are cool.
It was that wheel. I didn't get anything.